So let's begin with this session, that is Git version control system. So before going and understanding what is Git, we should be very clear about two parts here, that is Git and GitHub. So we'll understand it. First, we'll understand what is Git, and then we'll go on what is GitHub. And whoever faces a problem, like whoever is not understanding, or if my voice is not audible clearly, can unmute the mic and then speak. Okay. So why Git is necessary? So before starting why Git is necessary, we will just see what is the problem that we face before using Git. There are three developers, developer A, B, and C. Those are working on three different computers. Let's say in the office you have three different computers, and there are developer A, B, and C. Okay, so they are working on same project. Suppose project name is uh, my workshop something. So let's consider that developer A makes the changes, and now he wants to give the changes to the developer 2 on the different machine. So there are two ways of transferring the files. One is like you copy paste it in pen drive and go. Previously we used to do it like this. We used to copy paste it in the pen drive and then move in the different computer. But then like we started like in the if you are in the same network, if you are in the local area network, we can connect these computers and transfer the files very easily. But when the problem occurs, suppose if we copy in the pen drive and transfer it to the computer 2 towards the developer B, then what will happen is developer B will make some changes in the existing code, and now those changes has to come to the developer 3 and even the developer A. So what you'll do, you need to copy in both of them, and whole of the concept gets uh, really troublesome uh, to an extent that it is very much trouble work to migrate the code, merge the code basically. Okay. So till here you got to know what is the problem statement that we are facing. Anyone can unmute and speak.
Yes, Abhishek.
Okay, cool. So let's move ahead now. So here where the concept of Git comes. See here. Now Git is something that will be present on your local machine. Git is a, command line tool. Okay, that will be there on your own laptop or computer. Whenever you make some changes, now you need now suppose you have uh, source code, okay, certain amount of source code, and computer 2 has certain amount of source code, and computer 3 has some certain amount of source code. So all you need to do is you need to merge and put it somewhere where it is centralized. So to keep this computer 1, 2, and 3 in the sync, so what we do is we push it on the centralized cloud. So that is where the GitHub comes in the picture. So GitHub is a repository management tool that is that we use to push our code, to maintain our code centralized. Now that your code is present on the GitHub, these three of the computers can access it very easily with the command line tool called Git. So here is how, like, whatever changes you make in the local should be reviewed properly and pushed to your branches and GitHub. Then the migration part comes. The code will be merged into the master branch, and it will be kept centralized on one cloud itself, so that everyone else everyone else's in the team can access that code. Am I clear till here? Anyone has doubt? Most of
Clear,
them,
clear, Abhishek.
most
Got
of
it.
them are freshers, so you can go. Please don't hesitate, freshers, to ask any question. Okay. So if you are feeling like uncomfortable by speaking on mic, then you can put it in the chat box. And someone please let me know if there is any question in the chat box. Cool.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So now there are like with the Git, there are like two like you have certain amount of choices of the centralized cloud that we were talking about. So you have GitLab, you have GitHub, and you have Bitbucket. So what's the difference between them, and which is more which is more in market now? Like which developers prefers to use? Is we will look in the next slide. So here is how it goes, like Bitbucket, GitHub, and GitLab. So Bitbucket has so many followers, and GitHub has so many followers, and GitLab has this much. So GitLab is comparatively new, and it is completely open source. Though Bitbucket and GitHub also supports the open source project, but it is like GitHub provides you the like you can maintain the public repositories on the GitHub without paying anything. You can maintain, but on the Bitbucket is it is like you can maintain few of the private repositories also without paying them. And GitLab is completely open, sir. We can host it on your machine, and you can use that GitLab, and you can like maintain your private repositories. So nowadays, people are also moving for the GitLab because it is completely open source, and it is like you can use it free of cost. So this is how it goes. Now, comparing in these three, and which is the most famous is your GitHub. GitHub Cloud is more famous to maintain your Git repositories. These are the companies where Git is more used in their day-to-day development part. So this is how it goes. Like you can see most of the companies like Google, Facebook, Microsoft, these big giants uses the Git too. So today we will be, as it is a freshers and beginners class, we will be looking into like a few of the commands in the Git, that is git clone, pull, fetch, merge, like to check the status and push the code and see everything how it working. Today we will be also demoing you how exactly it works, how the changes are pushed to the, and how the branches are created, how the code merging will happen. So stay tuned, and like if you have any questions, also side by side, if you have something you are accessing this session on laptop, you can go ahead and try it then itself. And if you face any problem, you can let me know. So here is the installation. So there are two things you need to keep in mind before using Git. That is, first thing is you need a Git client on your machine, and you need to set up an account on GitHub repository. So we will be doing it now. I have already account, but I will show you how to set up your own account. We will be creating a repository also, a sample repository, where we'll be pushing the code and we'll be showing it. And the Git installations part we'll go ahead and see. So, okay. So here is the official website to download Git, that is gitsm.com. So I'm using Windows. So if I click on Windows, it will start downloading me a exe file. Okay. So likewise, you can go ahead and just install the exe file. And now that I have already have it, I'll just pause it. I'll just cancel the download. Okay, you will be having the exe file. You just need to click over it. You need to make it like do next and install everything. So your Git will be there now. So how to check if Git is there in your system? So okay, I'll go to the command prompt. I'll check Git version. So once you are done with the installation, you can come in the command prompt and check if this is there. So like it shows me some version of Git. That means Git is present. That Git client is being present in your system. Am I clear till here, guys?
Yes. Yes, Abhishek.
Okay. So how to set up an account on GitHub? So it is very necessary to set up an account on GitHub. Okay. There only you maintain your repositories. Now that I have my own account, I was having it earlier. I'll just log out it and I'll show. Okay. You'll get such things on the GitHub. You need to go to github.com and you need to create your own account like username, email, and password. It will ask for, and you should sign up for it. Once you sign up, you can sign in by using your credentials. Okay. So here is my Git account, GitHub account. So you can see there are like few of the repositories I have, like this many, I guess nearby 8, out of which some are only commands and all, which I prefer to keep it here so that whenever I need any command, I don't have to Google it. I just come here and look for my own things and I can use it like whenever I need. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll create one repository and we'll see how it how it actually happens. You can see the okay. We'll go to repositories part. Okay, I'm into repositories now, and here I can find the repository. Here you can see there is a new repository that we can create. So once you click on the new, you have to create the you have to give the repository a name. So I'll just give it as Git session. Okay. And description, if you want, it is optional. You no need to give it. If you want, you can give it. So this is just I type something. And now that if you want to here you have two choices, public and private. So if you want to use public, then it is free of cost. You can maintain any number of public repositories. It is free. And if you want to maintain private repository in the GitHub, then it comes with the certain amount of expenses that you need to spend. So that will be charged basically. Here is the public repository that we'll be using because we need it free. Okay. Add a README file. README file is nothing but it will give you a description about what the repository you are maintaining. And add git ignore. I'll tell you this about when I'm doing hands on the git. And choose a license, basic license, whichever license you can choose. There are few licenses which you need to go through all these licenses. Okay, here I keep it none because I don't need any license as of now. So create repository. So you can see like this. This is my username and this is my repository name. Okay. So here there is nothing, just there is a README file which will be having description and what all steps you need to run that project. Usually, if you have gone through any GitHub repository, you will have this README file which will explain about more about this project. Okay. So this is how it is. And now what we'll do is we will copy this whatever code is there. Now we have only readme file. We will copy. That means we will clone it to our system. You can see three options: HTTPS, SSH, and GitHub client. So as of now, what we'll do is we'll use this HTTPS and we'll copy this. See, there is a one link to this particular repository. We are going to copy this. Okay. Now we come to a command line. Okay. So, guys, pay attention. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create two, like I'm going to depict the example of two computers wherein you can make a changes to one computer and see if those changes are there in the computer two as well. Okay, for that I am going to create two folders. Okay, I'll show you how it is. Uh, Guys, if you see here, what I'm going to do is I'll do ls here. There is nothing onto my file system as of now. I'll show you my file system also here. Uh, Download workshops and git. Okay, there is nothing as of now here. So I will create one more directory called as computer1 and I will change that directory to the computer1. Okay, now I am into the computer1. Okay, computer. If you see here, I have, okay. If you see here, I have two folder name as computer1 and 2. This is, I have used it to explain the in the proper manner using like two computers are there and we have two developers that will commit their changes. Likewise, we are going to demo it to you. So this was that link that we copied from the GitHub account. So before that, you just need to use git clone command. So what this git clone command will do, this will basically copy your repository from the GitHub to your local system. Guys, anyone has doubt regarding this?
Abhishek,
Yeah,
you have copied this link, right?
yeah.
So is it public? That is public. It means like anyone can access, or the only with the link can access this code or
No,
report.
this is the public repository that we are maintaining, so it will be accessed by anyone. So anyone, like suppose your friend, or even if he is your not friend, if someone goes to your account and they
Yeah.
want your project to be copied, they can do it.
Okay.
So it
So
is
if you
the public
can they make
repository.
some changes in that?
What?
Can they make any changes in that?
Yes, yes, they can make. They can basically push it, but you can restrict that access also.
Okay. So until we pull, there won't be anything, right? Like any changes to update it to that
Yeah,
repository.
yeah, yeah. Until you merge it, you won't be having any this thing.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Okay. So I just do a git clone here on the computer one. If you see now, I'll show you my file structure. It is computer one. Inside computer one, there is git session folder, and inside computer two, there is nothing. Now I change the directory to git session folder. That is our repository. If you see, as soon as we change to the git session, it showed me that I am on the master branch. Okay, and this git is already linked to our GitHub account. So if at all I want to check how it is like linked, so you can say git remote -v. So here is the origin that it will show that it is linked to our like fetch and push is available on that link. So here is how you can do. So now I am into the I'll issue one more command and show git branch. So now you can see there is only one branch. Okay, I'll come to the branch part later on, but I just wanted you to understand first when you take a pull, okay, the main branch is your master branch. So whenever you take a pull, you always take it from the master branch. So this is how the software industry works. They don't give you code in the another branch. They will just merge the code into one branch, that is master branch. So whenever you are taking a pull in your system, then always remember to take it from the master branch. If at all there is no requirement as such that you should take it from the another branch also. Sometimes your manager might tell you take a pull from another branch and start working on, but most of the times it is master branch. What I'll do is I'll just say in the computer 2 also I'll pull this okay, Leo about pulling, I'll just show, I'll make the initial commit and show. Before that, I have the Sublime text editor. I'll open up the folders that we created. Here is the one folder that we created, and okay, I'll open up another folder that is computer 2. Now you can see in the computer 1 there is one folder git session, because we have cloned it to the computer 1 but not to the computer 2. Till now we have not cloned the project name git session to the computer 2. It is available only in this computer 1. Okay, now I'll make a certain, I'll add one file named, I'll add one file to the git session repository. Okay, index.html. I have added it. I'll add some header to it. Welcome to git session. Now when you go here and see, you are under a computer 1 and git session. Through the command prompt you can see what is the status of this. So what are changes you have made, that it will show up to you. So git status, when you issue, it will show that this is untracked file. First of all, it is not added to the local git repository. So this is untracked file. So first of all, you need to add this file and make and push it to the code, push it to the GitHub. So I'll add it. So you have the command git add. Okay, the file name you can use, or simply a dot. Dot means it will add whatever files are modified and whatever files are newly added. Okay, once you say git add, you can check it with the git status again. It will show you that new file is been tracked. Now it is tracking this file. Got it? Now it is tracking this file. That means whatever you do changes here after to this file, it will be tracked. Now this has been added. But when you see now here I have added to the local repository. Now if I come and check in the GitHub and if I reload this, you can see there is no any commits or there is no index.html file come over here. Thus in your source code you can see there is no any index.html file is there because you haven't pushed it yet. So how to push that? Now you have already added that, so you need to commit those changes. So how do you commit? Git commit -m. -m is used for putting up your message. So I will say initial commit. So uh, whenever you are committing some changes, make sure that you give a proper message to that commit. So when you find some problem in repository, you can easily access with this message the particular commit. So git commit. So now this is in our local system and now we want to push it. So you can simply say git push. When we say git push, when we say it git push, it has pushed our local repository to this link on the GitHub. So if I come over here and reload this page, you can see my index.html file is being pushed here, and this is the initial commit that the message I had given, and this is just 32 seconds ago that we have pushed it. Am I clear, everyone? Till here, anyone has doubt?
No.
No.
Is there anything on the chat box? Let me see. Nothing is there, right? Okay. Okay, nothing is there. Now if you see my files in the computer one, there is this change. In the computer two, there is not the change with like we have pushed it already index.html. If at all now I want those files, I want that source code, particular project source code in the computer two also. What I'll go and do is I'll again say git clone, and the repository link which we had already. Suppose if you are like confused with that, you can again go here code and then https and then copy this, come to your command prompt, and which in whichever folder you like to, you can say okay, git clone and paste it. Cool. So once you push and press enter, once you do that, it will be downloading and copying those files from GitHub to your computer 2 now. If you see computer 2 file structure, okay, inside this you will have this git session folder, and whatever changes that you have pushed are all there in the, okay, here is the computer 2. Okay, left side is your computer 1 and left side right side is your computer 2. Now you can see similar kind of changes are there in both of the computers because we have pulled the latest code from there. Suppose now developer 1, that is on the computer 1, wants to make some changes to the h1 tag itself. I'll add just beginners. I'll add beginners to the computer 1. So in the command prompt, you can go and check that what is the status of git there. If you issue a git status command, it will show you one file is being modified, that is index.html. Also, it will say you that git add it, like add it to the staging. Okay, whatever modifications you have done, you should add it and commit it locally, then only you can push it to the github account, or else you cannot push. So there is one change in the computer 1. In the computer 2, I'll check git status. So you can see, oh no, yes, I have not gone to the particular repository. Okay, now when I go to, you should see this master and origin branch. Yeah, I'm into the Windows, so it shows it like this. If I check git status in computer 2, here is, like you can see, there is nothing to commit working tree clean. And when I check here, now you can see that welcome to Git session for beginners. This is computer 1 and this is computer 2. Welcome to Git session. Now here there are no any changes made, but here there are changes made on the computer 1 and not on the computer 2. So this is how here the changes are made and here it is not made. So how to see these changes, what changes are made? You can issue a command git diff. That is basically a difference from the last commit. You can see this line is being removed and this is added. The extra for beginners is added in this line. It will show line by line which things are deleted and which things are added. If you even delete the file, it will show you. Correct? Till now, anyone has doubt here? Am I going too fast?
No, it's okay.
I don't see any beginner asking questions because might be that is too tough for them to understand. But yes, you can still go ahead and ask any silly question might be. You can ask it. Anyone has any questions? Okay, I take it as no, and let's move ahead. So I have checked git diff command, and this is the change. Now what we need to do is I need to add up this change. Okay, git add -u. It is like it will add only the updated changes. Last time I had showed you like git add dot. Git add dot will, what it will do is it will add all the files. Okay, sometimes you need to add only modified ones. So you can add it like this. Here after, if you see git status for this, you can see it shows in the green form. That means you have added those changes now. You need to commit those changes in your local repository. So I make it as changes are made in H1 tag. Cool. Changes are made in H1 tag. I need to push it, then only those changes will come in the GitHub account. Now, if you see the GitHub account, if I reload it, I haven't pushed it yet. I'll just show you it is 8 minutes ago on the index.html file was changed. Okay. And now if you commit, now if you push the code, git push, it will by default go to master. Though I was telling we should not push any code to master, but as of now, for demoing purpose, I am pushing it to master. I'll create another branch in the next part, like after 10-15 minutes, and I'll show you how that also works. Now master is there and it is changed now. So if you see the push that we made is 1 minute ago and changes are made in the H1 tag. This is the message that we had given. Any questions? Okay, I have one. Not created any branch. Go to master. Yes, Kalavati. I have not made any branches till now. It is default branch, that is master, to which I am pushing my code as of now. I'll show you by creating one or two branches in the upcoming. Hope your question is answered, Kalavati. Now that we see here, these changes are only there on the computer and not on the computer 2. So what is that we need to use to get the latest updates from the GitHub, latest changes on the GitHub? We go to the computer 2 part. We just issue a command git pull, and it will pull me a master repository changes, master branch changes, and you can see in the index file these are two changes, two insertions and one deletion. Okay, that it will automatically merge your code when you issue the git pull command. It will automatically fetch that and it will merge the code also. So when I see here, now you can see on the computer 1 and computer 2 code remains same. These are like updated codes on the master branch are there here now. Now suppose computer 2 wants to make some changes to the existing code that is there now. So what the computer 2 will do is, okay, I'll just add S2 tag here. Bye. Okay. Welcome to Git section for beginners by Abhishek Budruk. This has been added. Now these changes are only there in computer 2 and not in the computer 1. But before going that, okay, I'll just I'll come to this part. And before going to that, okay, now every now and that computer 1 and computer 2, developer 1 and developer 2 cannot work on the same branch. That means branches should be something like there is one master branch. You take an example of tree. There is one root, and you have to the tree. You have too many branches, separate branches. Likewise, here also developer has to create its own branch so that whenever you should not push or merge changes, make any changes to the master branch. That is how in the industry it works. So you need to create your own branch. For that, you should issue a command git checkout -b is the branch name that you need to give. So I will give it with the computer name itself, computer 2 branch. Am I clear? If at all I want to check what are the branches related to Git are there in computer 2, I issue a command git branch. Okay, now that you can see when I did git checkout -b computer 2 branch, it named one, it created one branch with the name computer 2 underscore branch, and it switched to the branch computer 2 branch. Okay, it has switched to it. Now you can see when it was master over here, first when it was master, when we did the checkout, it went to the second branch, that is computer 2 branch. Now we are into the branch computer 2. Now whatever changes you need to make it here so that you don't affect the master code. I'll just add S2 tag with saying that by Abhishek Budru. So when I issue a command git status, sorry, I have not saved it. When I issue a command git status, it shows it is modified. Index.html, it shows it is modified. So if you want to see changes that were modified, you can simply issue git diff, and you can see there is s2 tag been added to the index.html file. Now these changes are present in computer 2 local repository. Those changes will not come here in the computer 1. Am I clear, everyone? Is there any doubt? Is it too confusing? Anyone please answer or please drop some.
No, Abhishek.
Yes,
No doubts.
yes.
Okay. Now these are the changes that are present on your computer 2, and we need to commit these changes -u, and I'll put a message as added h2 tag to index.html file. This message can be anything. Okay, only thing is that you should understand, and we should able to filter out this message whenever you require, whenever you need to see certain commits. Sorry, something went wrong. Okay, I had not added it. Okay, now what we used to do is git add dot or git add -u for the updated changes. Now here there is a simple hack. We can use both this command at a time. Say a, that is add, and yum is the message. Git commit -am. That is like a simple hack, and you provide it. It will add also commit the changes with the message. Okay. Now it is been there. If you say git push, what will it will do is, if you say git push, see, you can read one message here. Now you are into the computer 2 branch, and you are trying to push it. Git push set upstream origin computer 2 branch. Okay, whenever you use only a push, earlier there was upstream of only master branch. Earlier you were pushing the code to only master branch, so by default push will use origin as your master branch. But now that you don't, either you use this so that you continuously push to the, now if I use this command, it will be continuously pushing whatever changes are there, it will push it to this branch. No, suppose if you don't want to use that, and if you say git push origin, and you can use the branch name. So for only this branch, oh sorry, for only this branch, these changes will go. Computer 2 branch. Okay. So here are the changes that are pushed to the computer 2 branch. We will go in the GitHub and check those changes now. Now see, though I have reloaded, it will show 10 minutes ago, and changes are made in the h1 tag. This is not our latest code that we were looking for. You can also see the branches over here. We are into the master branch, and master branch had only these changes and not the other changes. So what you should do is, you should check here which all branches are there. You can check likewise. So computer 2 branch. Okay, so or else we can see view all the branches. It will show you what all branches that you have. This is active branch. Okay, this is the default branch that GitHub provides you when you are creating a repository, and this is the branch you have created, and the changes are made to this branches 2 minutes ago. When you click on this branch, you can see what are the changes that you have. Okay, this branch is one commit ahead of master. That means master had the code that we don't have now. We have the latest code. We have pushed some more changes to the latest code. If you see here also, you can see these are the branches. If I change the branch, you can see this is 3 minutes ago. We have pushed the code with this tag, added s2 tag to the index.html file. Now, if you go and check, see here you have this latest code, and here you don't have it. So, in order to make computer one have the code, what we need to do, we will check git. Okay. What I'll do is now we are on the computer one, and computer one doesn't has the latest code from the specific branch, computer two branch. What we'll do is we will just say git. We will first create one more branch related to computer one. Git checkout -b computer one branch. Okay, guys, don't get confused. This is left side, you can see whatever I'm typing is for computer one, and right side you can see whatever I'm typing is for computer two. This is only to make you understand how different two computers git can be used. When I issue this command, it created a branch and it switched to this computer one branch. Okay. Now you can see this git computer one is on branch computer one branch, and computer two is on computer two branch. Now I want those changes from computer two branch to be coming over here. So what I'll do, if I say git pull, what I'll do, if I say git pull, what it will do, okay, you can see this git pull remote -b. Okay, there is no tracking information for the current branch. Now, first of all, it will say like it will pull from the master. The master is already up to date, so it will try to pull from the computer one branch. So computer one underscore branch is not there as of now. Means it is not there on the GitHub account. So you need to specifically mention from which branch you need those changes to be coming in your system. So I say git pull origin and computer 2. See here, updating pass forward index HTML. Now, if I see both of the codes are same, the code is been updated. It has come from the computer 2 branch to the computer 1 branch. Am I clear, everyone? Any doubts still here?
No.
No doubts.
Okay. So this is how we commit changes, push changes, pull the changes. Now, what's the difference? So, sometimes we just need the branches to be updated and not the code to be merged at the same time. So that time what we need to use is, now git pull command will by default what it will do, it will fetch the branch for you and it will also pull the branch. Now in the computer one, let's create one more branch. Git checkout -b new branch 1. Okay, I have created this branch. Okay, I have created the branch, and okay, I'll make some changes over here. Active till 1:30 p.m. Okay, just the message yesterday that I have added. If you come here and check for this git status, it will show you one file is modified. Okay, git add. Okay, git add dot, or else I'll use hack, that is -am, and I'll say h3 tag is added to new branch 1 git push origin new branch 1. Now you can see the code is being pushed to new branch 1, and on the GitHub when we reload this, okay, by default it will show you now computer 2 branch, the code is not changed over here. If you see computer new branch 1, the code should be changed here, and it is updated exactly 1 minute before. And if you click on this commit, you will see what the changes that you have made. Okay, this is how you check the commit active. This is what the change that you made on the on the other part, inside the computer 2 you don't have those changes here. Okay, now what I need to do on the computer 2, I just need to fetch that branch. Okay, I just issue a command fetch, git fetch. I don't want to merge the code. Instead I just want to fetch the branch. If you see here, the new branch, that is git new branch 1 is being fetched. So this is in the computer 2 branch. It is been this we are now in the computer 2 branch, and the new branch is also fetched from the computer 1. So I want to make uh, I want to merge the changes of branch new branch 1 to the computer 2 branch. So what I'll do, I'll just say git merge, and I'll mention, okay, git merge. Sorry.
Abhishek, there is a question in inbox. Please check.
Okay, sure. Thank you. What is it? Hey Jyoti, it is like you can provide a message to your commit. It is as simple as that. Just we can provide a simple message to the commit. Hope I have answered that question, or if you still have doubt, you can ask it. Okay, I guess. Okay, clear. Now what I did here, I have merged this branch with the branch computer 2 branch on the computer 2. So I should be receiving all the changes that are there in this computer 1. So is it clear how it is updating the code? Isn't it simple than the traditional approach, copying it in the pen drive or copying in from the uh, LAN? Okay, it is still difficult to merge the code, two codes. Okay, it is still difficult for per 2 to 3 people working remotely. Okay, we need to be in local area network to transfer it like computer to computer. But here, uh, what we are doing is we are connected remotely, and we are pushing the code to the single GitHub repository, that is centralized cloud for us. Okay, there our code will be available. Got it? Am I clear till here?
Yes.
Okay. sometimes what it happens is, now what it will do, one developer will try to make some changes. Okay, one developer will what it will do on the same line. If now I am on the computer one, I am into the new branch. Okay, suppose I delete this h1 tag. Okay, I deleted the h1 tag and I say git status. I'll add this all changes. Sorry, add and commit all the changes deleted h1 tag in new branch. Now what I'll do, I'll just git checkout to master branch. Okay. So how the checkout works is, now we were using till now checkout -b. So that is to create a new branch. Now we have this, suppose if we check git branch, it will list all the branches related to this repository on the computer one, new branch one. So currently we are in new branch one. And there is also two branches available on the same system, that is computer one branch and master. So we will check out to master branch. Now I am switched to the master branch. Suppose if I see the code, okay, in the master branch, there are only these changes. Okay, I'll make few changes here. Status active. There is only this change, and in the new branch, I have removed these changes. I have removed this h1 tag basically. Now, if that I want to, suppose I say git merge, which was that branch, new branch one, where I have deleted it. Okay, your local changes. Okay, git I commit before merge. Git merge. Git. Okay, this is what I wanted to show you. Now, if you see, one developer is making changes on the same line. Okay, one developer has deleted the change h1 tag, and in the one branch that h1 tag is already there. Now new branch had those all changes, that means h1 tag was deleted, and master branch has the h1 tag available. Now if you see here in the Sublime, see, when we tried to merge, it gave me a message like conflict content, merge conflict in HTML, index.html, auto merge failed, fix conflicts and then commit result. Sometimes Git will not understand on the same line which changes it should take, either the changes made in the master branch or either the changes in the new branch. So that time what we need to do is, we need to we need to manually fix the issues. If you see, so these were the changes on the new branch, and this is the change in the current branch. Head is always a current branch. So what I'll do is, manually we need to remove it. So I want only these changes and not these changes, or else you can put only this and you can remove this. So what I'll do, I'll keep these changes. I'll manually remove it, which all things I need, I'll keep it. Okay. I have solved the conflicts now. See, both modified. Okay, git commit -am conflicts resolved. Now all the changes are proper and working. So this is how we need to just push it to the, now we are into the branch master, and this is uh, the way I showed it, like merging the code. It should exactly be like git merge the whatever branch name you are trying to merge. Correct? So this is how it goes. So we have successfully merged our code properly by resolving the conflicts in it manually, and we are supposed to push it. Now this will automatically push it to the master branch. So uh, if you don't have rights to push it to the master branch, sometimes only the manager can push to the master branch. So there also will be certain settings that we need to do so that all the developers should not push the code to the master branch. Till here, am I clear?
Yes, Abhishek, there is a question in the chat box.
Okay. Is this yes, Sagar, most of the times developers only will be using this. Okay, so it comes under DevOps also. So if at all, like manager also will be using it. Sometimes it happens that manager will be of the different stream. You can say some mechanical managers also will be there. That time he also needs to know this in order to merge the code. All the project managers like that I'm speaking. Am I clear?
Okay. It's only for developer roles, or it can be used for support projects
No, no,
also.
no. Support projects also it can be used. I didn't mean that. In the IT support, also testing team, if they have some certain script support also, like sometimes they need to make tickets and they need to upload some files. That times for the support also it is used.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay. Any questions? Am I clear till here? If like we are almost done with it. Let me see. We were supposed to discuss these points. Okay, git, clone, pull, fetch, merge. Everything is discussed. Status, if, commit, and push. Okay. Uh, in this basic class, we were supposed to discuss only this. Apart from this, if you still have doubts, you can go ahead and ask.
Hi, Abhishek.
Yeah.
As a beginner, so what are the prerequisites courses or any certification course is required for this to use Git?
No, you don't need to have any certification at all. You can just like whatever commands are told, only that commands are used most of the times. As a beginner also and as an experience also, most of we are engaged using only this command, and not like sometimes there might happen that your code is like disappeared somewhere. That time we go ahead and use some reflux. We need to point it to the proper head and we need to uh, come out of that situation. Okay, but as a beginner, whatever we discussed, even if you go through this video, this will be uploaded on the YouTube. Even if you go through this video again and again, you will get to know. And only thing is that installation of Git is required on your system and GitHub repo is required. So these two things, and it will get you working. You don't need to do any certification at all.
Okay, thank you.
Abhishek,
Yeah, Harish.
can we make the can we unmake the last push or something?
Which one? Yeah. We can do this. Okay.
Yeah.
We can do this also, and also we can like reset the code, git reset also we can do, but it is not recommended. But last commit we can undo it, and also like last commit message we can change it. Okay, this sort of things we can do. There.
Okay, is it only like last commit or any other version like before last 5 push or
No,
something?
no. So this particular thing is like, suppose I'll, okay. Now, if you see here, so if you see here, 7 commits are there from the
Okay.
different users. Okay, using this commit ID. Okay,
Yeah.
you can basically go to the proper code. Like, if suppose you don't want this conflict resolved and you want to move to the S3 tag, you can use this commit ID and basically move to that head, and you can start working from there. So that is how it goes. Version control system is nothing but, let's take an example and understand. So you use, suppose if you are using any smartphones, you come across certain apps. Suppose let's take example of Paytm. Okay. Now Paytm has the version 5.0 as of now,
Yeah.
existing version. Now the developers go ahead and develop something and they come up with the version called as 5.2. Okay.
Okay.
Now the 5.2 version has certain security issues, and they have pushed it already to the, suppose say they have pushed it already to the cloud, and their application is running on the application is available on the Play Store.
Yeah.
Now 5.2 version has certain conflicts and security issues that they come to know as soon as they push it there. Okay, so in order to like see, we need a lot of time for testing and those things. Okay, so once it goes to the production, certain code seems to be breaking or something, you can revert it to the latest or whichever commits you want was working. You can revert it and push it to the production as by that time, till you fix these security issues on the 5.2 version. Like this it works. So this is why they called it as version control system. So we can quickly switch between two versions.
Okay.
Got the complete idea?
Yeah. So once they taken the third version now, as of we can see on the screen.
Mhm.
So they will fix it, and can they go back to first version again, like as the first row?
Yeah, they can go with this commit ID, but the code will not be working here, right? Because whatever we have made, and this we suppose uh, this is that security issues Paytm had, and this was the okay, this is the working code that it had. So
Yeah.
what they will do is they will only go and restore it to the latest code that was working, and not the first one.
Okay.
Got it. First
Yeah.
one has the initial commit that was not having any codes at all. Got it
Yeah.
right. Only it will,
Yeah.
they will restore it to the point wherein your code is working.
No,
If you
sorry.
have
I
Windows
get.
machine, if you have Windows machine, you have certain options of restoring your system. If you go and make some, if you mess up with your system, and if something is not working, you can restore it to the certain points, right? Like you can restore it
Yeah.
certain number.
Just a second.
Yeah.
I guess you got me wrong.
Okay.
What was my question? Like they are currently on the 3144 CEC or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
The first row.
Mhm.
So they got some conflicts. Okay.
Correct.
So they went back to 27 DB DFD or something. Yeah.
Mhm.
So there they resolved, but like when they came back, the 314 CEC, that all like changes will be gone, right? Or
No, no,
it
no,
will
no,
be
no,
there.
no, no, no. Those won't be gone because this commit will be there for
Yeah.
working. So, see, the only thing that on the production level, they will just switch this version. Okay,
Okay.
this commit will be there in the GitHub itself. This you can anyways take and work on this, and now again make a different commit. Now that you have come up with, suppose I make one more commit, that is ABC. At top it will show
Yeah.
you ABC commit.
Yeah.
Okay. Now on the production level, they just need to take a latest pull. That's it.
Okay, fine then. Yeah, I'm clear.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anyone? Questions? Was it clear? Was it like I was too fast or something like that?
No, it's good.
No, it was useful. I found it useful.
Yeah, Abhishek. Last but not in the list, is there any another session on this or it's only one?
It is like one session and fresh as a fresher. If another session, that will be a advanced version wherein we need to see like how to get to like whatever points we discussed with Augusta, right? Like we need to restore it to the previous commit, and all. This will we can see in the next session.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we'll be waiting for that.